have Richard South Shields next. Hi, Richard.
Hello, Alan.
Hello there.
Listen, will you do us a favour?
Depends.
I've got a few questions for you, right?
Go on, then.
Can you remember a person called Michael Barrymore?
Yes.
Yeah, but what did he used to do?
In what phase of his life? No, that's not the answer. In what phase of his life do you want to know what he did? Because he did various things at different times.
But what was it? What was he most famous for?
Oh, being an entertainer. He won lots of awards for being a TV host, comedy act, presenter, that kind of thing. But he was best remembered, I suppose, for a man who was found dead in his swimming pool.
Oh, that was him, wasn't it? Oh, well, do you know all of these famous people? How comes we forgot about them all?
How comes we've got more...
how comes we forgot about them all?
We haven't. Because you asked me and I remembered straight away. So perhaps it's just you that's forgot.
No, but how come is it only the bad points that we can remember about people?
Well, I've just told you that he won lots of awards and he was a famous entertainer. That's good points.
No, but what... Can you name a show that Michael Barrymore used to host?
Strike It Lucky.
Oh.
And the one that he did with kids as well. Kids Can Talk or whatever it was called.
That's right. Hey, you know what is? Do you know when he said that about Strike It Lucky? And that other one, where it's like having a photographic memory, because you've just triggered my memory. Because I was thinking about all these people that I had forgot about, right?
Mm.
But like, it's alright when you've got a memory. Like, I was watching this film the other day, right? The Cincinnati Kid.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Did you ever watch Cincinnati Kid?
Possibly.
With Steve McQueen.
Yeah, I know the film. Never a big fan of Steve McQueen.
Well, he said, pick a card.
Mm-hmm.
And then he said the three of spades, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he said, pick another card. And it come up as the three of clubs. Now, when I was doing my card tricks, right, do you know what I was thinking about? Like, if you think of a number between 1 and 10, you'll think it's number 7, right?
No, I didn't.
You didn't?
No, I thought of a jack.
Did you?
Yeah.
But how comes that's the case?
How come I thought of something freely because I've got a brain, Richard? We don't have to.
It's free though, isn't it, to do anything it wants?
That's the point. That's why I thought of a number that you didn't think of.
But Nostradamus has got this brain, and he.
No, Nostradamus hasn't got a brain.
No, but you can't change history.
Nostradamus is dead. His brain has now oozed out of his skull.
No, but if you, it's like the Superman theory, right? You can't change history.
Can you not?
No. Well, if.
Well, yes, you can.
No, you can't.
Absolutely, you can.
Well, if you turn around and you says that you were going to think of the Cincinnati Kid, and then he says think of a card after he says pick a one, right? And you get the three of spades and then the three of clubs.
But I didn't.
Yeah, but it's one of those things where you've seen it before.
It obviously isn't, you see. It obviously isn't. And when you say, can you change history? Well, yes, you can. You can change history just by going from England to France. Or going from England to Germany, you change history. Because if you read English history of what happened during World War II, and then you go to Japan, and you read their version of World War II, they're completely different. So you've changed history, haven't you?
So what happens about the World Cup in the year 2006? It's going to be held in Germany.
Uh-huh.
Right? So that's like 40 years ago we won the World Cup. Right? Uh-huh. In 1966.
Yeah. But the Germans won it in 1970.
But about the war, right?
You just asked about the World Cup. Make your point about the World Cup. Because you're dancing around stupidly like you're prone to do, Richard. So make a point within the next 30 seconds or I'm going to move on.
Well, if Nostradamus knows who's going to win the World Cup...
Well, he doesn't. He doesn't know who's going to win the World Cup because there was no such thing as a football tournament in 1555 while he was alive, writing his chronicle.
Well, how do you know about Adolf Hitler?
He didn't know about Adolf Hitler. The word mentioned in a translation was Hilter, and that was an invention of the man who translated it from the three languages that Nostradamus wrote in.
And September 11th?
He didn't mention September 11th either. That was, again, that was actually a translation that was done within the past 2 years. And the translations are not accurate. They're completely made to be interpreted by the individual because they were written in 3 languages to hide the real point of what Nostradamus was about. Because essentially, I think he was probably a faker, much the same as yourself. Richard, thanks for calling.